Oh boy, it was another great day in the stock market today, guys. We got a lot to break down in this video. The overall market, stocks I'm looking at, which we're going to break down, Tesla and United Airlines. Both of them reported earnings, and of course, some other stocks as well on top of those two. And we got to break down crypto, my thoughts on the market. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee. Make sure to get your 10 stocks from Moomoo and your 6 stocks from Webull. Link down below. Free money, guys. It also helps out the channel. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So look, we had, like I mentioned, a green day yet again. I'm sure you guys all know that at this point. Stocks like Coinbase were up 14% today. Shopify up 12%. Snap up 10%. Palantir 8%. I mean, we had a great day across the board. The Russell went up 1.6. Same with the NASDAQ. The S&P went up 0.7%. Dow, let's see here. The Dow went up 0.1% as the VIX went down 3%. And we might as well pull up the VIX chart right now, guys, and break this down a little bit as we had gold down 1%, silver down 0.7%. So what we're noticing here, and I've called this out and talked about it a lot on the YouTube channel here, guys, we have seen the VIX go up to the mid-high 30s time and time again this whole year pretty much, stemming from the end of 2021 in November, right? 35 on the VIX, 38 on the VIX. In February, we hit 38 twice. In May, we hit 38 again, 37. And recently, in the middle of June, we were just at 35 on the VIX, and now we're slowly selling off. Well, it's been falling, right? It's not like a stock, but we're not going to get in that in this video. It's been coming down, right? And now we're getting to the point where we were in the beginning of June, right around 23, 24. And if this point falls, which I have a feeling it will, at least in the short term, or rather if this point breaks, VIX could be going down to 1920. And based on what we've seen throughout this year, throughout this entire year of 2022, the VIX, when it gets down to 18, 19, 20, that's a time when you want to short. That's a time when you want to short, right? So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but if we do see that the VIX come down to 18, 19, 20, I'm going to be looking at SQQQ for a trade. I'm going to be looking at something like an SPXS for a trade. And even now, these are looking pretty good. The charts are, but I'm not going to dive into them quite yet. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on that, guys, and the reason why I'm not going to dive into them yet, because these markets, in the short term, at least right now, they're breaking out, and they could have more upside. I think SPY, now that it's cracking above 395, especially if it breaks 400, like I've said time and time again, there could be an upside move to 415, 420 from there. QQQ, if it breaks out of, let's say, well, it's already above 300. Now it's pretty much fully breaking out. And especially if it breaks 305, we could be moving up 315, $320 a share. That's what I'm thinking in the short term. But one thing that's not good right now, what I just said is good, QQQ SPY in the short term breaking out. One thing that's not good is mortgage demand, guys. Mortgage demand drops to a 22-year low as surging inflation and interest rates are hammering, as you guys know, the American consumers and weighing on the housing market. If you guys didn't know, I'm sure you all know, about a year ago, 2 years ago, mortgage rates were extremely low. We're talking, 2.75 or something like that. Now they're way higher than that, which means when you're going to buy a house, you're down, well, not really your down payment, but your monthly payment is going to be a lot higher now because the interest rate is higher. It's pretty much double what it was for a 30-year, right? So that's a problem. And when people are doing their calculations for them buying a house, they're not going to be able to afford these monthly payments. Maybe they could have a year and a half, 2 years ago, but now with the interest rates up, they can't do it anymore, right? And mortgage demand fell to the lowest point since 2000. Well, I guess that's 22 years ago, right? According to the Mortgage Bankers Association. If I could talk today, guys, buyers have lost considerable purchasing power, yada yada yada, due to the rates doubling, like I mentioned. And applications for a mortgage to purchase a home dropped 7% for the week, and were 19% lower than the same week in 2021. This stuff is nuts, guys. This stuff is nuts. And the mortgage rates, they might be going higher. I mean, I don't think they're going to slow down anytime soon here in the short term, and I'm no real estate expert, mortgage market expert, but that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'm hearing from people that know a lot more about that stuff, right? So what do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and if you're finding value in this video and you haven't done so already, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out overall in the YouTube algorithm, guys, and you guys, without you here, this wouldn't be possible, like I say time and time again on the channel. So let's dive over here to Webull, and see what's going on in the crypto market. Last I checked, nothing much has changed from my last video, so we're not going to spend much time here. We might as well just dive over and talk about Tesla and UAL. But let's briefly glance at this stuff. So Bitcoin's at 23.2 right now. It's actually down about $200. Looks like it is slowly starting to cool off a little bit, sell off, but in the grand scheme of things, on this 3-day chart, or actually maybe this 15-minute chart will show it, the uptrend in the past couple of days is still clearly holding, as you all can see here, even though it is selling off about $1,000, over $1,000 from where it was, just about, when was that? 12 hours ago, or 8 hours ago. So yeah, BTC selling off a little bit, profit taking, a cool off, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm seeing here. And Ethereum is probably the same thing, right? Yeah, same thing. 15-minute chart shows a little bit of a pullback, which makes sense considering this thing has gone from literally 1,000 to 1,500 in 1 week, guys. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're cooling off a little bit. Ethereum's down about 2%, but it's not that crazy. The uptrend in the past couple of days, like I've said, is still holding. So let's dive over back to ThinkOrSwim and see what's going on with Tesla. And I did peek at it before starting this video. And mind you guys, excuse me, it's 4:15 right now, so the earnings just came out. And last I checked, Tesla stock was just zipping up. So let's see what's going on. TSLA, let's pull it up. It is currently, and mind you, it closed at 742. It is currently up to 761 after the bell. Look at that. And it actually got to 778. Holy crap. So we closed at 740, shot to 778. That's a 5% move to the upside. And now it's cooling off to 760, still up about 2.6% after the bell, at least when I'm filming this video, right? So let's see what they did with in terms of EPS, revenue, all that good stuff. So they posted Q2 EPS of $2.27 versus the $1.80 estimate, so that beat by a nice margin there. And revenue $16.93 billion versus 16.92 billion. So a slight beat on revenue. They did beat vastly, I'd say. Pretty nice beat on EPS. And do we have anything on guidance yet? It might be too early on guidance, guys. We might have to wait another 30 minutes, 15 minutes for guidance. Let's see here. Q2 automotive sales revenue, $13.7 billion. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of their revenue is still coming from cars, guys, obviously, right? $13.7 billion of their $16.93 billion is from automotive sales. And automotive leasing, yeah, pretty much all their revenue, guys. Automotive leasing was $588 million in Q2 revenue. Storage or energy generation and storage revenue about $866 million. So yeah, that's how that revenue is breaking down. Pretty much all from either automotive sales or leasing revenue. So let's see here. Tesla challenges continue due to global supply chain disruptions, labor shortages, other issues, yada, yada, yada. And I've never actually went to buy a Tesla. And quite honestly, not to hate on Teslas, but I'm not a huge fan of Tesla. Now that everybody has a Tesla, it feels like I'm the kind of guy that's like, I don't want that anymore, right? I don't know. Call me crazy. I mean, sure, if I would get a Tesla one day for sure, but to be honest, I'd rather have other cars. We're not going to dive into that in this video, but that's just my opinion. But from what I've heard from people, a lot of these Teslas, they're taking months for you to even see them. When you go and buy it, you're not going to get it for months in advance. So that obviously in the short term is a problem. And not to mention the recession that we're in, inflation, and car loans have also gone up, the rates. I mean, come on, guys. And a lot of people can't even afford the car payments anymore. That's why we're seeing the repos. So there's a lot going on right now that could affect Tesla. And as a stock, it makes me a little bit nervous for that reason. The recession. And sure, they do appeal to higher end consumer, but I don't know. It's still a problem in my personal opinion, and I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments about that. And yeah, overall, Tesla seems like it is now testing the top of the wedge, right around 775, 800 is where it would fully break out if it did break out of that point. So for not tonight, really. Well, I guess for the rest of the aftermarket and tomorrow morning, you guys got to watch this wedge on Tesla, and a lot of the volume is going to come tomorrow, most likely. It's we're gonna have to be patient and see how the market reacts to this earnings report, the earnings call, all that good stuff. So let's see what UAL did. Ticker symbol, well, I guess UAL, right, guys? United Airlines. They also reported. So they closed at 41.68, up 0.5% on the day, and they're now down to $40.50. Not that good. They're dumping about $1 after the bell here. Did their earnings even come out yet? Maybe they didn't even come out yet. Oops, sorry, guys. Yeah, maybe we'll wrap back to UAL. I'm not sure if they even reported yet, and I'm not editing this video. We're taking it today. But overall, what I'm noticing here on the 4-hour chart is we have a big resistance, literally right where we are now, $41, $42, $40. That was support all throughout February, throughout pretty much the beginning of June. So if we do break out of there, which we did slowly start breaking out yesterday, now we're back under it. If we start breaking 42, 43 bucks, I think UAL could really start making a move probably towards the mid-high 40s, 48, 46, 47 bucks is where I could see this thing going. And let me check one more time. Did they report yet? Nope, they did not report yet, guys. So let's go to the next one. Snowflake, SNOW, is one that went up 7% today. Big day for Snowflake. And I'm noticing an ascending triangle, as you guys can see here, on the 4-hour chart. You guys see that? Yeah, that's what I'm noticing, right? We have higher lows that have been made since the beginning of June, or middle of June, rather, and we have really struggled at 160 since the end of June, pretty much for a whole month at this point. So I think if Snowflake breaks, let's say 160 bucks, let me set my alert there right now. Mark is at or above 160 bucks a share. If that point is able to break the next main gap, I see this thing filling is to about $170, followed by probably $185-ish. 170 is where we held in the end of April. You guys can see if I draw it out. And 185-ish was the resistance from the beginning of May. So watch out for that triangle to play out, guys. We could be making a move again past 160 here in the short term. And let me get some water really quickly, guys. There we go. I needed that. And the next one here is NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVDA. Let's pull that up. NVIDIA, and mind you guys, you get the trend, right? All these stocks today had a great day. It was a killer day out there. NVIDIA went up almost 5%. It's now almost at 180 bucks, just like that. NVIDIA is running away from me, guys, and I'm not mad. I'm not going to rush my buy on this stock, and if you guys are new to the channel, maybe you didn't know, or maybe you do know, or whatever. Maybe you forgot. NVIDIA is a stock that I've been wanting to buy for a while, and my target is $100 to $125. And when it was at $140 a couple of weeks ago, I was like, it's getting awfully close. Come on, come down a little bit more. And now we're at 180. You guys know how that goes, right? And at this point, I'm not going to FOMO into it. Not going to chase it. I'm just going to watch it. And that's more for a long-term position. I want to buy it at 100, 125. I'll still trade it here, but as a long-term buy and hold, I'm not buying it at these levels right now. But I'll trade it. Like I said, now that we broke out of 175 bucks, we're at a multi-week high, pretty much a fresh 1 month high. This could, especially if it starts breaking 180, we could start going 198, 200. That's where it was in the beginning of June. I really like NVIDIA here, ticker symbol NVDA. Another one is CRM. Look at this one, guys. CRM went up 5% on the day, and now it's getting to the top of this channel that it's been trading within pretty much since the end of, when was that? The end of April? Yeah. for a good 3 months at this point, we've been trading between 160 and about 190 bucks. So if we test this 190 point, and mind you, we haven't broken out yet, we're only at 182, but if we go to 190 and crack above there, there's going to be way more upside coming in CRM, technically speaking, in my opinion. And let's see here, where's the next gap? Probably towards 220 bucks a share, maybe 210, 215. So keep your eyes on CRM. And tomorrow we have, and I forgot to mention, guys, AAL's tomorrow. We had a UAL today. American is tomorrow. And American Airlines, they're actually breaking out of the moving averages. We're about to get a golden cross. So they're in the morning. Yeah, tomorrow morning. AAL's reporting, and we also have AT&T tomorrow. You guys see here we have a wedge, lower highs and higher lows have been made over the past couple of weeks, and with today's 1.5% red day on AT&T, oops, somebody's calling me. Hold on, guys, I gotta mute that really quick. Over, yeah, you know, the, what was I lost my train of thought there. What was I saying? They had a red day today in the midst of an overall green day, which is not good. But I guess people are getting a bit anxious, nervous about the earnings report, and they're just dumping their shares. Maybe. Or it's a fake out. Maybe it's selling off, ends up ripping tomorrow. Who knows? We have to wait and see, guys. But we have AT&T tomorrow in the morning. In the morning we have AT&T, so keep your eyes on it. I used to own this stock. I'm sure a lot of you guys used to own it. Maybe you still do own it, but I don't anymore. They pay a nice dividend, and you know it's good for retirement. Really, if you're in retirement, you want a stock that can provide you some dividend income, some cash flow. Of course, do your own research as always. Please do your own research. But I think AT&T is decent if you're in that, in that scenario. So the last one here is AMC. We had a big move for AMC heading into the close. This thing went up 7% on the day. You all can see here it ran up into the close. It took the highs out from earlier in the day. We almost got to about 18 bucks a share, but we did not break the highs from yesterday. Yesterday, this thing hit 17.80. So for tomorrow, guys, and for the rest of this week, I'm going to set my alert at 18 bucks. I'm watching the highs from yesterday. If that high can break, we're probably going 20. I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen, but I think I think it could be going 20. So AMC, set your alerts, watch out for it. GameStop is another one which went up 5% today, cracked above 155 bucks. And I'm gonna keep covering these guys, not to be repetitive, but to really just update my thoughts, because the charts are now looking pretty good. Obviously, when GameStop is downtrending like it was in April, May, it was really just April, May. I'm not going to cover it every day, but now that it's starting to break out, we're getting momentum, volume starting to come up, I'm gonna cover it. Maybe not every day, but I'm gonna cover it more often. So let me know, in the comments what you guys think about that. So with that being said, GameStop, watch out for it. 190, 200 could be coming if things get hot. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you guys found value in the video. Make sure to subscribe, and feel free to join my Patreon if you want to keep up with all my moves in the markets, call outs, morning update videos, exclusive content, more access to me throughout the day. All of that is linked down below on Patreon, and you could also get your 10 stocks from Moo, each of which could be valued up to $2,500 with that link down below. And you could also get 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited, and just simply deposit $100 into Moo to get those stocks. So with that being said, cheers guys. I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.